What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm Narik Chase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Resident Evil. Resident Evil is a 2002 sci-fi horror film directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, and it follows this amnesiac Alice and this group of Umbrella corporate commandos as they attempt to contain this viral outbreak in this underground facility. And this movie is actually pretty good, even though it's one of those where it doesn't really follow the particular source material, but at the same time it is an interesting adaptation of how things go down in the Resident Evil universe. Now, the film does have a pretty interesting story where you have these commandos and Alice end up going to this underground facility to find out that this viral outbreak has went out, that the people and the workers there have become zombies, while also having to deal with other mutated creatures from the results of that same virus. And it is pretty good. It does have kind of a slow build up at first. There are a number of conveniences in the story that do kind of take away from the experience. Now, one thing that I did notice in the film was that the zombies were in large groups, and it kind of got me wondering. It's like, well, wait a minute, these employees all died in all these different spots. Why are they all so congregated? Like, that's one thing I think that they should have worked out a bit better. The characters are actually pretty decent. I like Alice. Alice was a really good character. I found myself greatly connecting with her. Milla Jovovich did a great job with the character. I also like Rain. She was a smart ass. She had very quick whips. She was also tough, and great job by Michelle Rodriguez. I like these two characters, and I even like the dynamic that these two characters kind of had. The rest of the characters, not so much, and for the ones you think would actually mean something, they aren't really as important as you think they are. So the two standout characters for the most part are Alice and Rain. I have to give props because when it comes to the makeup effects, the zombies do look pretty good. The action sequences are actually pretty good. A lot of firepower, a bit too much action-y for some people who are just like the hardcore fans of the game, where it's less action and more survival horror, in which this film is more action and less survival horror. This film, the action does work. And the most pronounced feature of this film by far has to be the soundtrack. The soundtrack is fast-paced, it's action-packed. It just gives such a great and just a really heavy metal, edgy feel to the film. So if it's anything that does stand out most part, it will be the soundtrack. One thing I did notice, like when they kept having to engage zombies, despite the fact that this was a facility, there should be zombies literally everywhere. There were a lot of moments where there was places where zombies that were where they shouldn't have been, whereas places where they weren't where they should have been. So it's like, chop that up to a lot of conveniences, especially at this one moment where this one zombie happens to be in the one spot where it does bring somewhat of an emotional pull to it. So they should have worked that out better when it comes to the zombies. Also, most of the characters are not memorable. They're mostly crap. As I said before, the two highlights is easily Alice and Rain. And for those that you actually would like to see, they don't really make it in the film, so to speak. There are some moments where the CGI looks like complete shit, and I'm not lying about that. Specifically the liquor, despite the fact that the liquor is actually pretty cool, it just looks like crap. As an adaptation of the video games, I think it's an interesting one, and I do like the fact that they did take a different direction, and I like the direction that they went with this film. But there are some conveniences and characters and writing that should have been fleshed out and just, like, you know what I'm saying, just fine-tuned a little bit better. Now, I will admit I did have a really good time with this film, and for fans that like Resident Evil and kind of can watch this film with an open mind and just kind of like the over-the-top, like, action-packed entertainment, you will probably enjoy this film. There's a lot to like about it, even though there are a couple of things that just could have been fixed along the way. But I have to say this, I really did enjoy this film. The conveniences with the story, despite some of the characters not being as memorable and some of the performances not being as memorable, and despite some of the crappy CGI, I have to say that Resident Evil definitely has some great action in it. It does have a pretty interesting story, and the makeup effects when it comes to the zombies are just great. The soundtrack, which is completely badass. I have to say Resident Evil definitely deserves a 3 out of 5. This is definitely one of those films you just gotta just watch it just to have a great time and just be entertained. People, of course, will nitpick the film, but it is decent for what it is. I'd still say it's pretty enjoyable watch. Anyways, guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what did you think about Resident Evil? Did you think this movie was good? Did you think that sucked? Did you like the points that I pointed out on it? And also, what things you would like to see that probably should have been in the movie that weren't in the movie, and things that they should have took out that were actually in the movie? So, guys, if you like this video, remember, like, share, and comment. And to the next video, Narik Chase, signing out.